Good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to welcome you to the Fairfield County Council meeting on this day, Monday, June the 22nd, 2026. At this time, if you would, please, let's stand and pledge allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Before we get started, I'd like to, for the record, to say that Mr. Pauly is out of town today and will not be attending the meeting. And now, may I get an approval of the agenda? It can be moved and second that we approve the agenda. If there's no questions, prepare to vote. All in favor? Let the record show 6-0. Now we have an invocation by Vice Chair Carl Bell. Mr. Bell.
Let us pray. Father God in heaven, we thank you ever so much for your grace and your mercy. Thank you for covering each and every one of us under the sound of my voice. We ask for your guidance, your instruction in these matters dealing with the citizens. Bless each one of the council members that we will, from our hearts and from your spirit, do what is best for the county. We thank you for the weather. We thank you for the rain. We thank you for all things that is good and wonderful in your sight. These and all blessings we ask in your Son, Jesus Christ's name. Amen.
Thank you, Mr. Bell. Now we get the approval of the minutes, the budget work session number 3 on 6/4/26 and the regular meeting 6/8/26. May I get a motion? So moved. Second. This motion is second. If there's no questions, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposes? Let the record show 6-0. Now we're down to public presentation, the proclamation honoring the 100th birthday of Mr. Alfred Hollis. Dr. Roberts, if you would, please.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Chair and members of council. The proclamation reads as follows. You want them to come forward? Yes. The proclamation reads as follows. Whereas Mr. Alfred Hollis was born on April 26, 1926, to the late Preston and Marie Martin Hollis in the Jenkinsville community of Fairfield County. Grounded in strong Christian values, he joined Mount Moriah Baptist Church, where he served as a trustee and was ordained as deacon in 1951. Prior to graduating high school, Mr. Hollis was drafted into the United States Army, where he served his country during World War II from November 29, 1944 until August 15, 1946. After his military service, he returned home and graduated from Camp Liberty High School in Jenkinsville. Mr. Hollis held various workforce positions before his 37-year career at Moncrief Army Community Hospital in the Food Service Department. During this time, he earned numerous commendations, including Federal Employee of the Year in 1976, 1978, 1980, 1981, and 1982. Recognizing his deep commitment to civic engagement, he played an instrumental role in facilitating voter registration and the integration of the Fairfield County school system. He was among the first black notaries public in Fairfield County and served more than 15 years on the Fairfield County School Board. Mr. Hollis was also one of the 9 founding members of the Jenkinsville Water Company and served on the boards of the United Black Fund, the Clemson Extension, the Fairfield County Board of Social Services, and the Jenkinsville Fire Department. In 1950, he married the love of his life, the late Annie Mae Chapman, and from this 60-year union, they had 1 daughter and 3 sons. They built a family rooted in love and Christian values that continue to guide future generations. Now therefore be it proclaimed that Chairman Clarence Gilbert, District 7, and the members of Fairfield County Council would like to honor Mr. Alfred Hollis and 100 years of unwavering faith and steadfast devotion to his family, community, and country. We wish you many happy and blessed returns. So ordered this 22nd day of June, 2026.
I remember Mr. Hollis when he was on the school board. There were several times he got a bunch of us straightened out. So it's so good to know that this man has lived 100 years. So let's give him another applause. Thank you, Hollis family. Now we're down to public comment session. Dr. Roberts, did you want to sign to speak?
Yes, sir. Leslie Carlson.
Hello, I'm Leslie Carlson. My husband Ken, my neighbors Crystal Trapp and Tracy Lyles. We are here because a business half a mile down the road from us, Upland Wings. That's the name on the sign. My research has only turned up permits for Turtle Creek LLC, FKA Fonte Flora at 1053 Pearson Road, Blair. This is a hunting preserve, primarily quail. They've been operating a few years, but this past winter, they started a shooting range. Specifically, 8 to 10 at night, oftentimes going over. So we are now listening to gunshot from 8 in the morning till 10 or 11 at night, 6 days a week, at least 6 months a year. Because that's the hunting season, that's primarily when they're operating, but still on occasion, they're there. Our nerves are frayed, we can't get to bed on time, and we would like for you to declare them a nuisance and shut down the shooting range. We don't have a complaint with the hunting preserve, but when they added the shooting range this past winter, it's just too much. We just can't live like that. A little bit of research I've done. We've got the county ordinance 663 that unreasonably loud noise, disturbing or unnecessary noise, which causes material distress, discomfort, or injury to persons of ordinary sensibilities and the immediate vicinity thereof, hereby declared to be a nuisance and prohibited. We've had our property for 17 years. Tracy and Crystal have lived there all their lives on Pearson Road, and we need some relief. So I'm here to ask for it.
Thank you, ma'am.
Is that it?
No one else signed up to speak, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you. Now we're down to public hearing. Dr. Roberts. Open up public hearing. We are opening up the public hearing at this time at 6:10. Anyone signed to speak?
No one signed up to speak, Mr. Chair.
Okay, all right. We'll close this public hearing at 6:10. Now we're down to ordinance, resolution, and orders. Third and final reading, ordinance of 852. Dr. Robertson, if you would.
An ordinance to establish operating and capital budgets for the operation of the county government of Fairfield County for the fiscal year commencing July 1, 2026, to provide for the levy of taxes for Fairfield County for the fiscal year commencing July 1, 2026, to establish fees and service charges for Fairfield County for the fiscal year commencing July 1, 2026, to provide for the expenditure of tax revenues and other county-related funds, and to provide for certain fiscal matters and other matters related to county government.
All right, council, you heard the ordinance 854. Motion and second. Question? Any motion?
Mr. Chairman, I think that there are several amendments that
Right.
some council members would like to make.
Yeah.
I'll start. I move that $620,000 be allocated to A&H contingency from local hospitality fund 272-168-5965.
Okay. Okay, yeah, can I get a second? That's on the signage. Can I get a second? Motion second. Okay, any question? All in favor? Okay, the record shows 6-0. Okay. Any other amendments or motions?
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Mr. Bell.
I make a motion to lower the professional services line item in the county budget from $185,000 to $50,000.
Council, you heard the motion to lower the professional services from 185,000 to 50,000. Second. Okay.
Mr. Chairman,
We had to vote on it. Okay,
I'm
there's no
sorry.
question. All in favor?
aye.
The record shows 6-0. All right.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to lower the amount in the capital projects for EMS. I'm sorry, forgive me. I go back. I make a motion to add a vehicle to the coroner's office for $29,000.
Is there a second? No second, that's dead. Okay. Any other motion?
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to add a vehicle to the victim assistance capital project mileage of $29,000.
Okay, second?
A second.
Okay. Any questions? All in
Yes,
favor?
I'm sorry, refresh my memory, what is this, what would this vehicle be for?
Victims with the sheriff department.
Sheriff Department Victims Advocate.
The Sheriff's Department, okay. Thank you.
Okay. Any more questions? All in favor? Opposes? Nay? Okay.
Mr. Chair, I also make a motion that we add South Carolina Community Schools to outside agency of $30,000.
Is there a second? Okay, motion is second. Any questions? All in favor? Okay, let the record show 5-1.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we add $5,000 for the K-9 friends, for outside.
Please, let's make sure you open your mics up.
I make a motion to add to the SC K-9 Friends to outside agencies $5,000.
Okay, is there a second? Second. Motion second, any question? All in favor? Aye. All right, let the record show 5-1. Yeah, yes?
I want to make a motion to add the fees to the county fee schedule according to Animal Ordinance number 851.
Is there a second? Motion and second. Any questions? All in favor? Let the record show 5-1. Okay, there's a motion to lower the capital improvement funds for the gym equipment. Is there a second on that? I made the motion. I just made the motion. Okay. Any questions? All in favor? It's 5-1. It's 6-0. Okay. They record show 5-1. Your mic, please.
This motion to lower the amount in capital projects for EMS gym equipment from 0 to 0. Okay, just clarification. Thank you.
There's a motion on the table for the local, for accommodation and hospitality tax, which I'm making a motion. For the Catawba Water Management Group to allocate it $30,000. Okay, it's motion second. Any question?
Okay, Mr. Chairman, if I could clear, so is this to allocate $30,000 to
Well,
this? Currently, the budget, they are receiving 30, so if you wish them to receive 30, then that's the motion you're making. If you
No, well,
wish to be removed from it.
I'm making a motion to remove it, 30,000. Yes. No second? If there's no second, then it's dead. Okay. All right. Okay.
Clarification, please. Does that motion mean that that group will not get that funding because we didn't second it?
No, sir.
Okay.
It was already in the budget.
Right.
So the motion was to remove it from the budget. It failed for lack of a second.
Okay, just wanted to make sure. Thank you.
All right.
I move that the Palmetto Conservation Group be allocated $90,000 from the local hospitality fund.
Second.
Okay, motion is second. If there's no question, all in favor? Okay. Let the record show 6-0.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion that the Fairfield County Chamber of Commerce be allocated $29,300 from the local accommodations fund.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second. Any questions? All in favor? Ms. Swearens, will you cut your mic off? Okay. Any more motion?
Mr. Chair, I move that we pay, allocate to the Pine Tree Players the $20,000 from the local hospitality fund.
Motion is second. Any questions? All in favor? Let the record show 6-0.
Mr. Chairman, I move that the SC Railroad Museum be allocated $237,000 from the local hospitality fund.
Motion is second. Any questions? All in favor? Let the record show 6-0.
Mr. Chair, I move that $255,000 be allocated to the Fairfield County Parks and Recreation for local hospitality fund.
Second. Okay, motion second. Okay, any question? All in favor? Let the record show 6-0.
Mr. Chairman, I move that $20,000 be allocated to the Fairfield County Drone Show from the local hospitality fund.
Second.
Okay, motion is second. Any questions? All in favor? Let the record show 6-0.
Mr. Chair, I move $5,000 be allocated to the Fairfield County Airport Wings and Wheels Festival from the local hospitality fund.
Okay, is there a second? Motion second. Any questions? All in favor? Okay, let the record show 6-0.
Mr. Chair, I also move that $250,000 be allocated to the town of Winsboro from the local hospitality fund.
Is there a second? Okay, motion is second. Any question? All in favor? Let the record show 6-0.
Mr. Chair, I move that $50,000 in the contingency funds to cover unexpected expenses that promote tourism and local economic growth be allocated from local hospitality fund.
Okay, motion is second. Any questions? All in favor? Let the record show 6-0.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
just one clarification. Do we need to make the motion on the Catawba Water Management Group for $30,000? Or is it by not voting for the prior motion, it's already in there? Just wanted to
It's
make.
in the budget.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, can I say something?
Concerning the budget? Yes, ma'am.
Money for the Eau Claire Center in Jenkinsville. Can we get some? I was told that they gave us $99 million and that we're not going to get any more from them. SCNG.
Dominion is probably not who would be putting money into that. Sorry. It's, right now, the county is working with Santee Cooper and working with other organizations out there to look at putting money into that center. We're currently giving them $46,000 for the operations of it. I believe that there are better options for us to pursue the funding they need to open the way that we want them to open. Now, at any point in time, council can come back and revisit and choose to allocate funds. But at this point, I would like us to pursue some other avenues first and see where that takes us before we go into county funds for that.
Okay, I have another question that, for clarification, please. This credit card thing that we voted on last time, I am under the impression that an email went out to try to kind of explain it, but I didn't get an email. So I didn't know what was going on. I was blindsided. So is there some kind of, what are the ramifications of it? Are there rules? We don't know the rules. How can we vote on something if we don't know rules?
Wait, shouldn't that be explained, question, that's not consistent to the budget, right?
No, sir, it's not directly, but I would be glad to sit down and go over. There are rules, very definitely there are rules, and there are some very strong guidelines that will be followed, that have to be followed for it to be enacted. I'll be glad to sit down and go over with you and any member of council as well, what they are.
Who came up with the rules?
The rule, well, Ms. Beaver and myself and Mr. Burrows came up looking at standard practices, what the state law says and requires of us, what our own purchasing ordinance required as well. So the rules were created by staff looking at other successful operations and learning from other organizations that have not been successful to make sure that we put in accountability and we put in checklists to ensure that employees can't go and spend money inappropriately.
Well, so,
Can we discuss this later? It doesn't have anything to do with the ordinance 854. Let's clear out the budget, and then you can discuss that later, okay? During council time here. Okay, now can I get a motion to approve the ordinance 854
As amended.
as amended?
Mr. Chair, right quick, can we get the understanding, review all the motions we just done? Or is that possible? To make sure we got the clarification.
Okay. Yes, sir. So what I have down is a motion to lower professional services line item in the county council budget from 185 to 50. A motion to lower the amount in the capital improvement fund for EMS equipment, 60. A motion to add a vehicle to the coroner's office did not receive a second. A motion to add a vehicle to Victims Assistance Fund, passed 6-0. A motion to add the SC Canine Friends to our outside agencies for $5,000, passed 5-1. A motion to add SC Communities in Schools for $30,000, passed 5-1. The motion to add fees that are related to the animal control ordinance, passed 5-1. Then that was it for the general fund itself. Then the local A&H fund, the Chamber of Commerce allocated $29,300. Palmetto Conservation Group, which is the Palmetto Trail, allocated $90,000. Pine Tree Playhouse allocated $20,000. Catawba Water Management Group allocated $30,000. South Carolina Railroad Museum allocated $237,000. The Fairfield County Airport Wings and Wheels, $5,000. Fairfield County Parks and Recreation, $255,000. Fairfield County Drone Show, $20,000. $620,000 moved into contingency for A&H funds. $250,000 to the town of Winnsboro, and then $50,000 in contingency funds to cover unexpected expenses that promote tourism. Yes, sir, and that passed. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And that passed 5-1. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, may we get a motion to approve based on the amendments that we've made? Okay, motion is second that we accept its ordinance 854 based on the amendments. If there's no questions, you're prepared to vote. All in favor? Let the record show 6-0. Now we're down to second reading ordinance 855. Dr. Roberts, if you would, please.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chair. An ordinance to consider the request to amend the Fairfield County Land Management Ordinance Number 599 and the related zoning map to provide for the rezoning classification from R1 Single Family Residential District to RD1 Rural Residential District to allow for farming operations, tax map number 120-00-01-035, located at 2826 State Highway 215, Blair, South Carolina, owned by Double P Holdings, LLC. The Fairfield County Planning Commission approved this rezone request.
We heard the reading of ordinance 855. Second. Motion is second. Any questions?
exactly, where is this in Blair? Where is it?
2826.
North, south, east, west? What they gonna do? What they been doing, what they gonna do?
Good evening, Council. So the rezone request is involving a property owner that is looking to go ahead and get agricultural exemption on it. So the land currently has agricultural exemption, and they're looking to go ahead and implement agricultural use. So currently, the property is zoned R1, single-family zoning, which does not allow for agricultural uses. And the property owner does own an adjacent parcel that's just to the south of about 30-some acres, so is looking to expand that agricultural use.
Is it below, is it below the crossroads or above the crossroads?
Is it what?
Below, south of the crossroads or north of the crossroads?
I'd have to take a look at the map to clearly identify where it's located. It's not directly lakefront property. It is off Highway 215, though.
Oh, so
Yep.
it's south then?
Yep.
Okay. How many total acres will that be?
13. If you take a look at, do you have the information, Kim, regarding the,
Doesn't say.
I believe it's about 13 acres.
Okay.
And there's currently no there's currently no plans for development or anything like that. The property owner is looking just to expand the agricultural use. Yeah. And his property that he owns to the south is also owned RD1.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Any further questions, council?
Okay, any other questions? Prepared to vote, all in favor? Let the record show 6-0. Now we're down to resolution 2026-06. Dr. Roberts.
A resolution by Fairfield County Council to provide loan forgiveness to Fairfield Behavioral Health Services.
Okay, can I get a motion? Second, sir. Okay, motion second. Any question?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, Mr.
The resolution states, it refers to the terms of the note regarding financial obligations to the county. I have not seen the terms under which, what does this forgiveness impact? My understanding from a previous discussion was if this facility closes or they move, they owe the county $500,000. Is that accurate? Are there other terms associated with that?
None that I'm aware of. Did you not get that sent? I've sent that to you earlier.
If you did, I apologize.
Okay, I just want to make sure you got it, because, the actual terms of the note do indicate, but it's essentially if they ever go out of business or try to sell the property, then they would owe us that money. And that was the whole purpose of it, to make sure that they were not going to try to turn it into a financial windfall for themselves at our expense.
Okay, thank you.
But this is actually this is just a bookkeeping thing. It's on the books, it's a bookkeeping thing.
That's correct.
So why do we need to get it, I mean, it's on the books, what's the problem with it?
They want to take it off their books because it's carrying on their books as a liability, and so that changes their net position when they do their audits at the end of every year. So they've asked to clean it up. So it's their request just to clean it up and take it off, since there are no repayment terms in it, so it's not like they have to pay us anything towards it. It's just if they ever were to leave, it shows up on their books until that time as a $500,000 liability, and they just asked us to clean it up, and that's why.
But are they trying to borrow money or something?
Not that I'm aware of. They haven't shared that with me, so I'm not aware of anything like that.
Mr. Chair, and I believe they've been there like 18 years, and they're a huge benefit to the county, and this comes up every year. They just really want to clear it off their books. I think it's just a kind of a black eye, but, so I can't see them going anywhere. They do a lot for a big service for the county, so I think we need to just take it off and be
All right.
done.
There's no other questions? All in favor? Opposes? Let the record show 5-1. Board and commission minutes, none. Board and commission appointments, none. Old business, none. New business, ag exemption waiver request listed to Johnson Property Group, LL, property address as Douglas. Can we get a explanation on that?
Yes, sir, this is just these two action items, so they missed the deadline and they're looking to get the agriculture exemption.
Can I get a motion? You get a motion second. Any question? All in favor? Okay, let the record show 6-0. Ag exemption waiver request list to Willette Wilson and Michelle Turbin. What the Terry, Winsboro, South Carolina. Okay. Get a question on that too, Mr.?
Yeah, it's the same thing, yes, sir.
Same thing.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Motion second. Question. All in favor? Let the record show 6-0. Now we're down to county administrative report. Mr. Carpenter, anything?
Mr. Chair, members of council, I did have an item brought to my attention that as we went through the A&H funds, there was an item that had been added by the committee toward the end, which was Pig on the Ridge. And they had recommended $16,100. Since we've gone through every other item and actually said that we should do so, I think it'd probably be appropriate, if it's okay with you, that we go ahead and add that as well as another action item for the budget that was already included in the budget, but it just got left off that motion sheet.
Okay, so can we
So
get a
moved.
motion? Can we get a motion?
So move.
Motion second that we do the $16,000 for Pig on the Ridge. Any questions? All in favor? Okay, opposes? Let the record
Chairman,
show.
I apologize. I'm the one that should have realized that was missing. But anyway, I'm glad you, thank you.
And we do, there is apparently a better way of doing it than I just suggested, so I'll let the attorney.
Apologies, I don't like to try and jump in unless I need to, but I just wanted to clarify, since you all did effectively pass the budget and close that matter, there does need to be a motion to reconsider that to open it back up. I believe it was unanimous, so anybody on council can make that motion, and then make the motion to amend and then re-adopt with that amendment.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to reopen the budget.
We got a motion to reopen the budget. Questions? Prepared to vote? All in favor? Let the record show 6-0. Now,
So now, Mr.
Mr.
Chair.
Chair, go ahead.
Mr. Chair, I make a motion that we pay $16,000 to the Pig on the Ridge.
motion second. Any questions? All in favor? Let the record show 6-0.
And then a
Oh,
motion to
no,
adopt
gotta close the
as
motion.
amended, yes, thank you.
That's true. Close
And I
the
make a
vote.
motion that we adopt the budget as amended.
Okay, motion second. Any questions? All in favor? Let the record show 6-0. Anything?
Yes, sir. First of all, I want to have the opportunity to spend time with our citizens for the Juneteenth parade. It was a neat experience and a neat day. Later on that morning, went over to where we were training our new volunteers for our animal shelter. Had a very good group there of citizens out there, I think 7 that have registered in our first group. So that program is going along very well. Also, I'd like to remind council and our citizens that this coming Saturday, June the 27th, is Keep Fairfield Beautiful Cleanup Day. So it's a countywide cleanup, but we will be meeting officially over at the Railroad Museum at 8:30 a.m. To be assigned areas and to go and clean up for part of Palmetto Pride Day. So hopefully everybody can spend some time out there helping make the county look even better. And that's my report, sir.
Also, in the drone,
Yes, sir. The drone show is later that night. The Chamber of Commerce has their concert, and then highlight of the concert, the county's drone show, will be a patriotic.
I think that's Friday.
Friday.
it's new to him, guys.
Yes, sir. It is Friday night, and it'll be downtown at the Clock Tower, and it's going to be an amazing event. Really encourage everybody to come out and see what is probably the first real drone show any county has done in this part of South Carolina or city, and they'll all be copying us, but we got it first.
Okay, thank you, sir. Clerk of Council report, none. Now down to council time. Council, you have anything anyone have?
I want to talk about the credit cards. Can you explain that, please?
So, Ms. Beaver, can you? So the reason for the need for the credit card change, again, was that as a county, we only had 2 credit cards for the whole county with very low thresholds on the credit cards. And any more to buy items, in the past, we would do a check, which would sometimes take a lot longer than we had, especially if something broke or something needed to be done immediately. So the need to raise the limit on the cards was one thing that was limiting our ability to actually conduct business anymore. Very few, and it's harder and harder to get places to even take checks. They want you to go ahead and register or pay for things with a credit card. And so the limited number that we had meant that everybody was checking them out. So the clerk to council would have to check it out, or Parks and Rec would have to check it out. And so the one card was floating everywhere, had a very low, so it very quickly filled up. So we would have times when, for example, if a conference is coming up, and conferences are not inexpensive when you have to pay for all that, and we would hit our county's limit because the level was so low. So we needed to raise the limit, but also expand the number of cards so that you didn't have departments running around desperately trying to find a card so they could get a piece of equipment that they needed to fix something. And frequently that's going to be in building maintenance. It's going to be EMS. It's going to be in those departments that need to get something quickly. So that was kind of the logic behind it. Now, Ms. Beaver, if you kind of want to talk about the process that we'll be looking at to make sure that it's managed well and correctly.
So just like Mr. Carpenter said, the increase does not authorize any additional spending beyond the approved department's budgets. And the controls that are included with that to ensure that we mitigate any additional financial risks include individual monthly spending limits ranging from $2,500 to $5,000, depending on the operational needs of each individual department. A maximum transaction limit of $2,500 per card. Additionally, we have required supporting documentation and itemized receipt for each purchase that is allotted through the credit card, and that is monthly. Monthly reconciliation. So the reconciliations will include a reconciliation form, which also includes the documentation if there's a missing receipt or any deviations that may have happened during the duration of that month, which also includes additional information for things such as authorized professional developments that the card may be used during that reconciliation month. Review of the procurement processes and reconciliation processes for each individual department by the procurement department and approval, as well as review from the finance department before payment is approved for that authorized credit card as well. And it also will include a random periodic audits for each department based on their usage, as well as a disciplinary action for each or any misuse of or misconduct of the program.
What's the disciplinary action?
Well, we'll have it will be a defined set of rules based on the actual misuse of conduct, because each issue may be different, so each consequence will be different based on how many times the department has misused the card. So let's just say something simple as a missing receipt. We'll allow them at least 3 missing receipts per year. So in the instance that they go past that allowed 3 receipts, then we will have to either start over from the beginning with the training, because training will also be required for all departments before they receive a card, as well as annual training. So these things may have to be relooked at for each department based on the consequences and the actual misuse that is identified for each department.
And if I may also, when you talk about the consequences, sometimes missing receipts are simple as they didn't give you a receipt. If you're, for example, if you're in a parking deck and having to park and you didn't get a receipt for that, that's one kind of missing receipt. But there are other missing receipts that if they don't have it, then that's going to open up a whole investigation based on what it is. So the level of consequences will absolutely depend on what is actually done or what is not done. But, you know, if misuse happens, then, you know, at the minimum, if any laws are broken, then it'll be handled appropriately. If misuse of funds happen, it'll be handled as well. So we're not going to allow any misuse of funds to happen. You know, purchasing will look at it, finance will look at it, and administration will also have those opportunities to review it. You know, we're not adding, you know, what we're doing is we're already using credit cards. This is just giving us the ability to use it in a fashion that actually allows us to operate in a business in the current environment, because it's so difficult to get things done without a credit card.
Chair.
What if I zip up to the gas station and fill up my car, but I give you a receipt?
Well, there are already gas cards for vehicles, so you couldn't put so if you fill up your car, your personal car, then having a receipt won't matter, because you can't put county gas in a personal car. So, you know, that would be something that would be flagged right away.
Or what if I want to zip down to Lowe's and get me a screwdriver?
Well, that would be considered, we will have transactions that would be considered prohibited and transactions that will actually be allowed. So let's go back to your fuel cards. That would be one of those transactions that will go under strictly prohibited. And again, all car holders will receive and certify that they received the training prior to receiving a card. And so therefore, by certification, they understand that any prohibited or allowed transactions will be based, and consequences will be based on those guidelines. Additionally, we have some preventative measures in place. As I stated earlier, we have county approval for each card issuance. So before county administration would approve any department who is being identified as an operational need for a credit card, as well as, again, mandatory training for car holders, as well as their department liaisons. The department liaison is that second oversight within the department who will be responsible for reconciling the cards on a monthly basis along with the car holder. So we have that multiple review step within the department as well. Procurement review of the statements, as well as random audits and compliance review. Again, immediate card cancellation within the cancellation when employment status changes as well. That is something that we also have put into place with the county credit cards to ensure that once a person terminates their employment or retire, we can ensure that those safeguards are in place in order to make sure that those cards are terminated as well.
And to your point also, Ms. Warrington, for example, screwdriver, any item that is purchased, it's got to be within the budget. So there's got to be a line item in the budget and a purpose for it. Just like right now, if we needed a screwdriver, we could go buy a screwdriver. And we could put it on the credit card now if there's enough room left for it. So those are items that are already covered in the budget. You've got to be able to put an account number to attach to it and what it's for and why it would be needed. And then that's part of the justification that's got to be turned in. So it doesn't really change what we're currently doing. It just gives us the ability to do it in a smoother fashion, because right now we're running around, you know, with credit cards that have no limits. We got to get something. We got to figure out how to do it. So it just makes it easier for us.
All right, let me ask one question. Excuse me. I understand definitely the need for the increase in the limit on the cards. How do other counties our size handle this? Do they use cards like this, or is that common practice in counties our size?
Yes, yes.
Certainly every county I've been in has always had a policy very similar to this.
Do we have a printed, can we look at a printed policy? Where is the printed
Absolutely.
policy?
Absolutely.
I have gotten numerous phone calls from my constituents that don't like this. I'm passing this on.
Okay.
I've got to think about what my people don't like.
Sure. I'll be glad to make sure that you have that. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I mean, I voted for it, but I didn't have that email, and I didn't know what I was voting for when I was voting for it.
Okay. I'll make sure you have that. Yes, ma'am.
And I'm gonna say again, I wasn't here for that meeting, I missed it, and I had some concerns about it as well. But and I know that the limit needs to be raised, but I also understand when we're kind of behind everybody else. I mean, that's where it's gone to. Counties our size, and bigger ones, I'm sure, everybody has gone to this, so, and I can understand it would speed the process of obtaining the items needed without having to be dragged through the process so long, so, I'm good with that.
As well as implementation does include a policy as well as a thorough procedure for each cardholder to obtain and certify that they received upon completion of training. And you can receive a copy of that as well.
And it is also, every department doesn't get one. There's still a limited number of cards out there. It's just a few more cards than we had before we had only 2 in the county. So there will be more in those departments that are most likely to need it, but every department does not get one, so.
According to, let me start out with the email situation. I didn't get one either. Did you send out an email for this?
It was part of the packet, it was part of the agenda packet, it was submitted,
What agenda package this was?
to the council. So the information was.
The day before?
I
No, I understand too, it was an email sent out and all the council was not put in on this. That's why we was all blindsided with this. And I'm not voting on nothing else that I'm not getting. And we know it was email put out, but all the council was not put on this. It's no agenda, nothing. I didn't see it on the agenda, it wasn't on the agenda. It was an email. And that's not good. But the other question I have now is, we getting 9 more cars. Is it, I think you said 9? Is it 9? I think that's what we said at the last, you said at the last meeting.
I believe it's between 7 and 9, yes, sir.
I thought that. Now, let me get to the last thing I want to ask. Each department's not getting one. Is I'm understanding the maximum is 5,000? It's just 5,000, right? That's on each department's card. Okay, thank you.
Can this vote be brought back up so we can re-vote on this again? Can this be revisited?
Mr. Chair, when was this voted on?
Pardon me?
When was it voted on?
It's at the last meeting, I think. I think we can put it on the next,
But I would say that based on that vote, we have already signed paperwork with the banks because the vote did happen, so.
But we were aware of, we didn't know the details. We you know.
So just to give a further clarification on the departments and the $5,000 total, the maximum limit. So such a department such as Parks and Recreation, they provide a lot of services to the county throughout the month. And so they would be that department with the operational needs for that maximum amount. And so that would be a good example of the maximum amount. Or a department such as Sheriff's Department. They, again, use the credit card quite often throughout the month. They would be allotted $3,000 for the month to cover all of the expenses for those small dollar purchases that normally are purchased through the current procurement credit card. And that is the only credit card that is used for those departments that have an excessive operational need for the credit card.
But Mr. Chairman, to Ms. Swearengin point, this being the next meeting from when that was done, it can be brought back up for consideration by anybody who voted in the affirmative. So it could be put back on the floor and table for further discussion if it is a desire of council to do so.
So can I make a motion that this be revisited, be brought back up? Is that what I need to do?
Yeah, it'd be a motion to reconsider.
Reconsider.
Okay.
Is there a second? No second?
This would be, right, so this is the next meeting from when it can only happen at the very next meeting.
Is there a second? The motion's dead.
Mr. Chairman, and Mr. Carpenter, I think you might be best positioned to answer this. At the chamber breakfast last Wednesday, Joseph Toledo reminded me that we as a council need to adopt the housing study. And as a matter of process, what action do we as a council need to take to, quote, adopt the housing study?
Yes, Mr. Philbach. So it was put back in council's hand some weeks back to be reviewing it. I kind of told Joseph I'd like to get through the budget process and then put it on the agenda in front of council when we get into July. So that was my expectation. Council would have had it for a few weeks to review it. Any questions certainly that have come up since then that Mr. Toledo or others can answer for you.
Anyone else? Now we're down to executive session. We got 2 items on that. Item A is to discuss and receipt of a legal advice relating to the proposed expansion of the BC Summer Nuclear Plant pursuant to the SC Code 30-4-70. Item B is to discussion of matters relating to the proposed location, expansion, and the provision of services encouraging local or expansion of industry or other business in the area serving Fairfield County known as Project Beagle pursuant to SC Code 30-4-70. Can I get a motion to go into executive session? Motion and second that we go into executive session. If there's no questions, all prepared to vote. Let the record show 6-0. We are now in executive session. Can I get a motion come out of executive session? The motion is that we come out of executive session. Be prepared to vote. All in favor? Let the record show 5-0. And for the record, I'd like to say there was no action taken while we were in the executive session. Can I get another motion? Okay, motion is that we adjourn, and second, prepare to vote. Let the record show 5-0, 6-0. We're now adjourned.